Let's go in reverse. What, you got an order?
I don't like waiting until the end. Can I just go first?
Okay, so we'll go numerical order. Whatever you want. So this is our, they've been given a list of questions, some. Got it?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you all for being here. My name is Cole Thomas Conklin, and my parents are Stephen and Joy Conklin. If they could please stand up and be acknowledged by everyone. I started T-ball early, a year before you're supposed to, so my parents have been driving me to games since I was like 4 years old, I believe, and if I'm 18 now, I can't quite do the math, but that's a lot of years. So, the first thing it tells us to do is discuss our favorite academic subject class and your favorite high school teacher. So my favorite class has been computer science. I've taken all 4 years at Wilson, and for those of you who don't know what it is, it's basically a bunch of closet nerds in the basement of the school, like writing code on computers. I've done a lot with it. I'm the captain of our programming team too, and we go to competitions and stuff. And Johnny, good friend, he's on it as well, and that's been a lot of fun. The teacher's Chris Bartlow, and the really cool thing about him is after the first years of computer science, when you've kind of worked your way to like a proficient level, he has a vast knowledge about a lot of things, and he kind of lets you go whatever direction you want. So some kids like programming games, designing games, and he'll kind of guide them along that, doing games, and whatever you're passionate about, he'll help you out with. And my least favorite subject here was PE freshman year. I had it first period, so I'd always come to my other classes sweaty every other day, and that was not a lot of fun. Explain what your plans are for this summer, what plan you have for next school year. So, I'm supposed to get a job this summer. I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm sorry, Mom. Next school year, I'm going to U of O with a lot of my friends. I'm going to attend the honors college, and I'm not going to be playing baseball or any other sport at this point that I know of. And I'm going to study computer science in college. Discuss what it has meant to you to be a part of the Wilson baseball community. Jonathan and I have been playing baseball together for a really long time, and the first memories I have of the Wilson baseball program are when we come to clinics here, like in the batting cages of the gym, and the high school guys would host them, they coach us, and the reason we went is because Johnny's cousin, Darren, was a baseball player for Wilson at the time. So from a pretty early age, I saw what the guys were like. I just remember I wouldn't be able to consider that I was going to be that player someday, and now that we are that age, it's hard to believe. They seemed so much older at that time. So being a part of Wilson baseball has meant something where I can be a part of the community, and it's something for a lot of people to look up to. Explain how you want your teammates to remember you. I'm going to have to skip this one, Coach Scheller. It sounds like I'm dead. So I don't know. Words of wisdom to the returning Wilson baseball players from your 4 years of experience. I think the one piece of advice I can really give is a lot of times when we go out to practice or whatever, it's rainy, it's muddy, you don't want to be there, you're just wanting to go home, and now that it's over, you really realize how much you're going to miss it. And the best advice you can have in the moment is you have to remember baseball's a game. It's something that all of us joined, we compete in, we play it for fun. You don't join the Wilson baseball program because it's your job to. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. So as long as you can remember it's a game and you're out there for fun, it makes having fun that much easier. Discuss your fondest lifetime athletic memory. It can be from any sport. I'm just going to go this year for baseball. My favorite memory was we were down 1-0 or tied 1-1. It was some score that was close against Madison this year, and it was in between the top and the bottom, or the bottom of the fifth inning and the top of the sixth inning. And the song "You Belong With Me" by Taylor Swift came on, and it's a song a lot of people know. I was down in the dugout. I think it was Michael Wageman first. He was kind of singing to himself, and he wasn't like just singing along to the words like people do when it's a song that they like. And then a couple of guys joined in, and eventually our whole dugout was singing at the top of our lungs. And I remember the team on the field stopped and warmed me up, and they were kind of looking around confused, like, "Dude, baseball players really do that?" And we went out that inning after singing it in front of the crowd and the other team, and Sperry's hit a home run. We took the lead, and I think the game was kind of over after we sang that. And then yeah, we picked up the JV2 team on the bus on the way back, and we were still singing different songs, mostly You Belong With Me. Actually, no, I got to rewind. I'm bad at telling stories, I'm sorry. So they got on the bus, and before they got on the bus, we planned to pretend like we were disappointed in our performance. They wouldn't know that we won. And Liam and Evan Shreve got in a really loud argument about Shreve or Liam making the game-losing error or something. And the JV2 team was kind of looking around like, wait, what's going on? And Coach Shetler said, he came to the back, he said something to our bus, it's like, hey, is this really how you want like them to remember you? Because he didn't really know what was going on either. And so Michael like got us all in, and he started us off, and we started singing again. And we're not a baseball team. I don't know what to say. It's just kind of more than a baseball team. It's a group of guys who are just really good friends. And I think that's the best part of it. And what will you remember about this year's team and teammates? It's going to be the memories we made on and off the field. These are some of the guys I enjoy spending time with outside of baseball and stuff. And baseball's a topic we can always come back to and talk about. But I'm going to remember these guys for a long time to come. And the last thing I want to say thank you to my parents, Steve and Joy, again. You guys have been dragging me to all sorts of stuff for a number of years, so thank you.
Orlando Lorang. His parents are Charles and Mary.
My least favorite subject was Spanish, which I took last year. I'm terrible at Spanish, so I'm done with it. Next year I'm going to be going to U of O with a lot of these guys. I'm going to be majoring in business. What was it like to be a part of the Wilson community? When I first came here like 2 years ago, I didn't know anybody, and that was during summer ball. I got introduced by sleeping in bed with Cole and Matt. So it really opened my eyes, like, wow, this is going to be fun next 2 years. It's meant a lot. You can see how much we help in the community, and it's been really fun. How my teammates remember me, just somebody who went hard every day in the games and tried to push them to their best ability. Words of wisdom is the game. Don't forget your teammates, because at the end, that's who you're going to remember. You're not going to remember the games as much. You're going to remember the fun times you have with your teammates. Fondest lifetime memory, I'm just going to do this year, just hanging out with the guys, the bus trips back, dunking on people in practice, or doing drills with Grisham. That was
One of the first rules of public speaking is you never speak with gum in your mouth. Okay, so my name is Alec Duncan McDonald Factor, and my dad, Dave Factor, is here, and my mom, Cheryl McDonald, is not in attendance tonight. And my favorite academic subject would probably be AP Government last year with Mr. Lovelace. And he would also be my favorite teacher. He's just he keeps, I don't know how to say it, but he's just a fun guy and makes learning, somewhat enjoyable. And my least favorite subject was probably English with Mr. Groom last year. And any parent in here that has had kids in his class would probably know that there's a fair bit of complaining that comes with his class. And my plans for the summer are to play some baseball, and next year I'm attending U of O and majoring in political science. And what is it meant to be a part of the Wilson baseball community? I think it's pretty cool to be a part of the community. Like, you look out at the outfield and you see like all those PIL championships and the state championship banners, and it's just something cool to be a part of. And explain how my teammates want me to remember you. Someone that always gave him hits when keeping the book. And words of wisdom to the returning baseball players. Kind of going off what the other guy said, just, it's a game. Have fun with it. You know, you can only play for so long. And discuss my fondest athletic memory. I'm going to go somewhat recent. Last summer, we were playing in a state tournament down in Medford. And we were down by 7 runs in the 7th inning, came back and scored 7 runs to tie the game, and then ended up winning the game in extra innings, so that was a lot of fun. And then what will I remember about this year's team and teammates? Just some of these guys are just like my closest friends, and I don't know, baseball, I've made some of the closest friends playing baseball, and this group of guys is just a lot of fun to be around. I guess that.
Okay, my name is Michael Wageman. My parents are Terry and Mia Wageman, sitting over there. My favorite academic subject would have to be AP Psychology with Mr. Lovelace last year. Like Alex said, he's just a really fun guy and easy to learn with him. My least favorite subject would be English class, all 4 years. I'm bad at English. My plans for the summer are to help Phil coach the Jake's D2 team, and I plan to attend U of O next year and major in business administration. To be a part of the Wilson baseball community, it's pretty special. Everywhere you go, people know Wilson baseball. I was a Reiki TA last year, and every time I would wear my Wilson baseball shirt, all the baseball kids would come running up, like, "Oh, you're a varsity kid. That's so cool. Like, we want to be just like you." And it's a great tradition to be a part of. A lot of pride, and it's been awesome. I want my teammates to remember me as a high-intensity guy who laid out on ground balls, even in the outfield. To be a guy that hustled a lot, and yeah. Words of wisdom. My main thing is, Coach Scheller touched on it with us during the playoffs, but a lot of the younger guys apparently have been talking about their personal success in end-of-season meetings, and I just wanted to stress that it's really not about that. I came in freshman year. My ultimate goal was to be on Wilson Hall of Fame for athletics. Obviously, it didn't turn out that way, but that's personal accolades are not really what it's about. You know, it's about the team game, and a lot of times with baseball, it's tough to stay up and be positive. But when you got a bunch of good teammates behind you, it makes it a lot easier to bounce back. Fondest lifetime athletic memory would have to be beating Lincoln this year in football. That was pretty special. This year's team was, out of any team I've ever been a part of, definitely the most fun. Highest energy, always ready to go. I think we had the best team chemistry I've ever been a part of. There wasn't a single guy on the team that I looked at and went, "Oh, I don't really like that guy," or I didn't really have any differences with my teammates. We all got along really well, and it's just great to be a part of a team that's a bunch of friends. And thank you to my parents again for driving me to and from sports and being at all my games all 4 years. Thank you.
Yeah, I got you, bud. Oh.
Hello, my name's Perry William Taylor. My parents are Steve and Cindy Taylor, or Collins Taylor for my mom. They can be here tonight. My favorite academic subject in class, I want to say leadership. It's not really an academic class though, so I think I really liked English this year with Mr. Boley. I don't know, I just feel like he could be a college professor. He's just incredibly smart, and I love learning from him. This summer I plan to work a lot, painting houses for Mr. Nolan and Mr. Kuhn, who's a substitute here, who's a character. And next year I'll be attending the Portland State University, majoring in civic leadership. And the Wilson baseball community to me has meant a lot. I've been playing with some of these guys since the Diamondbacks in Little League, who were the best team. I don't care what anyone says. We should have had that championship against the Braves, but we got robbed. Yeah, Liam, you're on the Marlins. I don't know. I think Wilson's just a legacy, though. I don't know. We just, like, the respect we have when Joey Mahalik or Mikey Travers comes back. It's just, I don't know, it's just kind of a tradition. And when I think of Wilson, I always think of baseball. I think we're a baseball school, besides cheerleading. We do really well in that. And I don't know, I just think it's cool to be part of a legacy. I want my teammates to remember me. Oh, man. I want them to remember me. I don't want them to forget me. Someone who worked hard. I think I'm a hard worker. Who didn't take things too seriously. I don't think that's really ever been a problem with this team. And someone who just loved the game of baseball and respected the institution that it is. My words of wisdom. Yeah, just appreciate it. It's like these guys all say, it goes really fast, and I don't know. It's just like whenever I see baseball guys in the hall, we're usually together, and we're just some of the best friends, and I know you guys all will be too. And so just appreciate it. Liam, come on up here, man. My fondest athletic memory, back in like 2012, we were on Jake's Crawfish, heated battle against Liberty High School. Liam and I combined to throw a shutout. It was probably the greatest.
Was that back when you threw a knuckleball?
Yeah, we both threw knuckleballs. It was, you guys should have been there. It was incredible. Meant, I mean, you know, everything was on the line. We had everything. The regular season game. Yeah. It was. We probably had the best the best defense possible behind us. You know, Jake Valentine, Zach Wogan in the outfield. Studs. There's some balls that should not have been caught, but they were. But that was fun. This year, I don't know. I kind of feel bad for the coaches sometimes, just because. We just take our jokes so far, and there's so many of them that constantly. I'm not even kidding. There's so many times when we probably should not be making jokes, but we do. And I just remember how happy these guys are, and I liked all my teammates this year, and I think that was just something special. And I'd like to thank my parents as well as you know, the Conklins and the Lees. I mean, all those families. We've just kind of been growing as a baseball team since forever. I just like to thank all you guys for supporting us. And no one's selfish about their kid. Everyone wants the whole team to do well, and I think that's amazing. Thank you guys.
I'm Liam James Wogan. My parents are Maria, Peter, please stand. My favorite academic subject class and my favorite high school teacher, I don't go to Wilson. My mom taught me in Spanish for 2 years. So I gotta say that's my favorite class. I also liked other classes, but hers was my favorite, of course. She was my teacher. My plans for the summer. I'm gonna play some baseball. I'm trying to get a job still. I haven't heard back from any of them. I applied to Burgerville, Sesame Donuts, Nectar Yogurt. If you're ever there, put in the good word for me. They're not getting back to me. Next year I'm going to the University of Portland. I'm going to be a pilot, and I think I might try and play baseball. I'm gonna walk on. I'm gonna give it a shot, and definitely not playing any other sports. I might play some club volleyball or something. I'm a big volleyball guy. My field of study in college, I think I want to do some communications and political science. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that, but it sounds cool. And being a part of the Wilson baseball community has meant a ton to me because I came from a different school, and these guys could have, I could have came in and they could have made fun of me and messed with me. We do, but I know it's a joke. No, but they've just been the best guys ever, and even though I don't go to school with them and I show up after school every day and I'm usually late, they just, have welcomed me, and it's been just awesome. How I want my teammates to remember me, I guess sort of just like a guy who, did it good and just who left it all out there and loved the game. Words of wisdom is just, words of wisdom, just enjoy every moment out there because it passes you by fast, and baseball is a blast, but you gotta always keep a positive attitude, and coming back after strikeouts and throwing your stuff, it's a waste of time and it's just not worth it. My fondest lifetime athletic memory, I would have to say, would be throwing a shutout with This is huge. These are terrible hitters. I don't think I had a strikeout. No. But we really were feeling it that day. I don't think I've pitched since.
You hit a guy
or at least pitched well. Yeah. It's been rough since then, but that was huge. And that was freshman year? I don't know.
Summer after freshman year.
Yeah, Cloudton, he was like, oh my gosh, these guys can pitch. It did not turn out well for me. Let's see, what will I remember about this year's team and teammates? Just everything about them. These guys were just the best. Being able to come from a different school and have another group of guys, along with kids I go to school with, who just are the coolest people ever, and hanging out with these guys, singing with them, has just been so fun, and I, wouldn't trade it for anything. My parents, thank you for everything. They've sort of driven me around. I didn't get my license till last year. Driven Petey around. My older brother Zach, who used to play here, just been driving all of us around forever, and it's been awesome. So, thank you. My name is Jonathan Susumu Lee. My parents are John Lee and Lisa Nakashimada. My favorite academic subject would probably be computer science. Like Cole said, Barlow is just an amazing teacher. He's got like so much history. Like he's done so much in his life. It's amazing. Kind of want to be him, but you know. My least favorite subject, definitely English with Groom. Like I gotta agree with Alec. That was probably the worst. My plans this summer, over the last couple summers, I work at a Stevenson Child Care Community Center, and I just like a daycare teacher there. Basically, just I get paid to throw dodgeballs at kids, so it's pretty awesome. And I'm going to Oregon State next year. I will not be playing baseball. I'm not that good. I'm gonna do some type of engineering. I mean, I'm like good at math, kind of my thing, but I don't know which one. To be a part of Wilson baseball community, it's like you see all the like famous people that like have played for Wilson, or like you see like even just like Austin Andrews. He was just an amazing baseball player, but he just like left a mark on me because like I wanted to be like him, hitting home runs, just like being just that amazing baseball player. And it really teaches you like responsibility too. How my teammates want to remember me. I mean, I was not always like, I don't know, motivated, I guess. But I mean, they like were always there by my side, which is like really nice to have. Where's the wisdom? Where's the wisdom? Don't piss off your coach. That's what I learned. Often was not a fan of me, and I mean, he pushed me, but I kind of pushed back, and it did not turn out great. Fondest lifetime athletic memory. I have a couple. Definitely going 15-0 with the Diamondbacks.
Whoa.
Down at, I think that was like
Big season.
4th grade or something like that. We were the best team. No doubt about it. My other favorite was when Tommy was pinch hitting for me. Tommy just told me like that he was pinch hitting for me, and the club just went off on him. Like he went off. Like I was so scared for Tommy. What will I remember about this year? Well, like the teammates, they're all my friends. It's not like we're not even teammates. We're just like best friends, and it's like I mean I didn't have to play baseball to like hang out with them. So I mean it's cool to do that too. And then my parents, John and Lisa, they just drove me to every game. They're just the cool, my number one fans, hopefully. I mean, I love them, so thank you.
Come on.
Hello. I am Matthew Hines Harbison. My mom is Leanne, and my dad, Michael, is not here tonight. And my little brother, Will, is here. My favorite subject in school is biology. My least favorite is probably English last year as well. My plans this summer, I'm going to be playing Alpenrose and working as a lifeguard at Wilson Pool. I'm going to U of O next fall, get a major in human physiology. Be a part of the Wilson baseball community. It's been really special for the past 4 years because I just have great teammates. My baseball teammates are probably my best friends, like every year. And I'd like them to remember me as someone who always gave his best on the field and was a supportive teammate as well. Words of wisdom to returning baseball players: just cherish the moment because it goes by really fast. My favorite athletic memory is probably being a part of the state championship team in 2012 as a freshman. That's something I will never forget. It's pretty awesome. I remember about this year's teammates. It's been probably the most fun I've ever had playing baseball in any year I've ever played baseball. These are probably the best teammates I've ever had. It's been a great year. I'd like to thank my parents for driving me to all my games and buying all my gear for me, and yeah, just coming to all the games they can. So thank you.
My name is Peter Swanson, and my dad sitting over there. My mom's sick today, so she couldn't come. My favorite class, they're all what they were. My favorite class probably was econ this year with Matthews. He was a good teacher. Taught me a lot about just talking to people in general. But my least favorite subject was definitely groom last year, English. This summer, I plan on getting a job. Hopefully, I don't know how that'll work out. I'm not very motivated right now, but I would like to get a job so I can get money to buy things, because that's something I like to do. I'm going to go to Idaho State, and I think I'm going to study business, and that's what I have for now. But honestly, depending on what happens, we'll see where that goes. But becoming a part of Wilson, I didn't really expect it at first. I live across the river, so my neighborhood school is Jefferson and or Roosevelt, whatever one. But it's been what, 20, 30-minute car rides every morning to get here, and it was worth it. I mean, I came across the river, I think, first time in 6th grade, and I saw these baseball players, and we were going to one of my cousin's games, and I thought, Wilson kids are pretty cool because they had a history of baseball. I saw they had a lot of signs in the outfield at the time. I just think that was pretty cool. But finally becoming a baseball player was almost surreal. I mean, you get a lot of respect because there's a lot of pride you're wearing on your jersey and a lot of history behind you. I want my teammates to remember you as a brother and somebody who would I'd die for you guys. I love you guys. But some words of wisdom for the young guys is DBLB. I'm serious, live by it. I mean, it sounds funny at first, but I mean, it's kind of serious. I mean, I can't remember if we came up with it at Buffalo. That was doing my wings down. Remember that. No, yeah, we came up with that. I can't remember who came up with it. I think it was Matt or something like that. But
He said it to me because I was being an LB.
yeah, you were being an LB, and it's stuck, and it's really it's pretty think about it. My favorite, I thought initially my fondest athletic memory was going to be me hitting that home run because it was a good individual achievement, but I just think. Besides, I would say football, that would be Lincoln, but that's me taken. But I just say, honestly, probably just coming to practice every day, and the fact that, I mean, I got to play for such a cool team. What will I remember about this team and his teammates? Probably the singing, but also just the fact that nobody on this team, I mean, if there's times where we were just like not in it, I mean, I can't remember a time like that. I just remember remember being together, and the fact that we were like more than just teammates, at least to me, I don't know, I'm kind of worried about that, but. And like I said earlier, I couldn't have done any of this without my family. They drove me here for the last, 7 years across the river. I got to go to a good school. I got to meet great people. And I mean, it's been a hell of a ride. Thank you.
Class of 2015, thank you. Peter, Johnny, Matt, Harbison, So you can see the chemistry that they had was an important part, and that's what they're going to remember more than anything else. And that's the important part. Parents, like I said before, I want to thank you for being a part of this, allowing this to happen. This is outstanding. Thank my wife, Darcy Shetler. Without her, I wouldn't be able to be here. Will Whittlesley, Big Will, again, he's been here since 2004, fundraising, behind the scenes, collecting things. I mean, just year after year after year, I came across some information about an auction, maybe in 2006 or 2007, where he helped in our athletic auction raise $14,000 for baseball in that athletic auction. That was before the auction sort of changed and became an all-school auction. Before it was just an athletic auction. On the auction this year, Bruce Shreve, I want to thank you for being our coordinator there. I think we raised around $1,900 through the auction. Freshman, Max Menikoff. Stand up, Max. Max was he sold the most pancake breakfast tickets this year. He did an outstanding job. I'll take Alpenrose and McDonald's Roundtable for helping us out with those among everyone else and all their support. Jay Howell, who's not here, he ran a youth clinic in the off season before the season started, right as the season was beginning, I believe, and donated the proceeds back to the program. We had a game day media, the programs that we have that are in my car. Hey, Phil. They're in my car. It's a heavy, you might need the hand truck. I mean, it's just a box like this, but you might need the hand truck.
Why are you asking Phil?
Well, Nate, I need you to get paint tomorrow, so if you can get some paint, stop by Ewing. So, on call, guys. It's great. It's in the spot out there.
Nice haircut, Phil.
Baseball game ball sponsors this year. The game ball sponsors. Idea came from Brian O'Leary. We went out to Scappoose, saw that they did it, and they have the game ball sponsors. So I set up an email, sent it out to our newsletter database, our everybody that Coach Clopton has had over the years. 400, 500 some emails, and it was right before lunch was beginning. And I started getting replies so quickly that I had to generate another email to shut it off and say, okay, we filled it up. It took 32 minutes to fill up, $50 game ball sponsors, and we still had extra people coming back in, a couple days later that didn't read the second email, read that first email, and really, the great support like that. It was something new. Some of the players that I'd played for that hadn't had a chance, or that played for me, hadn't had a chance to really, get outfield signs yet, or they're not available. Joey Mihalik was one, that decided, hey, I'll send $50 that way, no problem. And so that has to do with how Coach Clopton, left the program and what he did to build this up, the connections that are there. We'll continue with our golf tournament this year. That's July 19th. Thank you for supporting all the fundraisers. This year, we're able to buy J-bands, invest into a program to develop the arms, to take care of the arms a little bit more. And so we had J-bands for every single one of the players. You can ask them about it. We had a connection at Nike, Mike Gitz, that was available, that connected us with a great price on some cleats. And through the fundraising, we were able to buy those, and every player in the program got a pair of molded cleats to use at Benson, to use on our turf field here for practice. And they'll have those cleats until they graduate. And then if they're still in any shape, we'll bring them back through the program. But that was a big deal. Going to Benson, playing on that turf, it might have been one game or two games, but throughout their career, those cleats will get some good use. Obviously, all the equipment, bought some new screens in the cage, had a good contest between some of the varsity guys to see who was the better engineer, and Braun actually won over Brains, I think, for that one. Yeah.
We beat Jackson and
Can we get our $5?
Yeah, well, just, anytime. My office is always open. Once the Oregon State club baseball season ended, Sandy Shumamida was able to return to us and film, and hopefully you saw a lot of that through Facebook. A lot of those things prior to her returning. Henry, where are you, Henry? So Henry was taking a bunch of pictures early on, and she went through those and put those up. And then Chris Leeper took some pictures early on, and actually were able to get some of those pictures into our But Sandy, Henry, and Chris for taking a lot of the photos. And then Mike Easton, as our athletic director, helped out with working with the district sort of as the go-between, and then Megan Meisner, our bookkeeper, is the one that did all the certificates, except for the ones that were misspelled. That was the district. And then Brian Chittard, our principal, for giving me this opportunity. Soon, Phil will update the all-time stats on the last 33 years of stats on our website. Matt Harvison is the new record holder with 21 hit batters, as I mentioned. That was the only record that was, but a couple of the guys, Matt included, jumped into the top 10 in career. Matt and Orlando are in the top 10 in stolen bases for lifetime career at Wilson High School in the last 33 years. And then those records will be online, and these statistics, Phil has compiled all these for, the entire, everything Coach Klopp had never done at Wilson, and then, this year. So he'll get that up there. Next year, we're gonna hopefully travel to Arizona for the spring trip. The district says we don't have to fundraise anymore, because they've got, yeah, that's what I did too. And so I went right to the district athletic director. So you're going to pay for our trip next year? And he said, "Well," I said, "Well, you said we don't have to fundraise anymore." And no, we're still going to have to do that. So we'll have some fundraisers. Hopefully, we'll keep the cost reasonable in terms of what we've done. We'll go to Arizona a little more than a week and a half. Play 4 games in Arizona. Play 1 game on the way down or on the way back. And then it's our turn for new uniforms that the district is supposed to be able to provide us money for next year at the varsity level. I've given my request out. Don't know if they're going to match that with the money, so again, we'll fundraise more for those uniforms. Before I close, we'll have, sort of as per norm, all the varsity players have their statistics in their bag or in their packet. And then there's the statistics for all 3.5 teams. We also have schedules, updated schedules for the AAA, Single A, and Division II Summer League teams, and concession stand signups, because I really appreciate all of you that will volunteer to do that. Thank you for attending and being involved with Wilson Baseball. Without you, this program wouldn't exist. We wouldn't be able to do the things that we do. They just figured out their stats. They've been holding them, and they didn't know they had them. So thank you for being very involved, families, with your sons. Appreciate it. Have a good night. One thing we gotta have a seat, please. We got one gift here, or gifts.
Seniors, your parents, we want to send you off to college with something to remember you by and to thank you for making it so much fun to watch you all play. So, Jay is here. Liam will be. Orlando. Johnny Lee. Cole. Michael.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Alec. Harry. Matt. And Peter. Is that right?
Thank you.
Tell me,